Yeah, what do you say? Junk.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. You shut that off? Thank you. I'm trying to talk. So welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be putting back in the back firewall, the Lexan firewall that goes in the back of the cage right here. We're going to put the seat in. We just put this fire bottle in. This is the extinguisher bottle. This is the onboard fire system. And right here I have this mechanism with my dash, so if I get into a fire and can't get out, I just pull this and then it throws extinguisher all over the truck and automatically extinguishes it. So we're gonna put the seat in, we're gonna put this back firewall in, and then we're gonna put the transfer case in the bottom here. Rick, back in the shop.
What's up, everybody?
This used to be black Lexan right here, and then we just put diamond plate here and it looks a lot better.
I have to cut this off, it don't fit.
It don't fit. It's a puzzle.
Just like it was on there.
Clean, looking clean. We'll jump to time lapse for a little bit. Okay, so we just got these brackets on here on the back side of the firewall. So now what mounts in those brackets is this right here. This is the accumulator. So whenever I start the truck, turn the truck over, and I flip the ignition switch, the solenoid hits and it pumps high oil pressure into the engine for a cold start. So that really gives you oil pressure while you're starting the engine, and it gets mounted right back here on the back of the firewall. All this Lexan right here that you see that boxes around our feet, that's not going in yet. We actually are going to do all new Lexan here. The firewall was pretty much done last year, so it was fairly new Lexan, so we just kept that. But all this front firewall here is going to be all brand new Lexan, and that's going to be in a different video. So for now, we're going to start getting the seat in. I believe the seat's going next, so let's go ahead and get the seat in. Okay, so the seat is bolted in, finished, that's ready to go. What we're gonna work on now is putting the transfer case down in the belly. The transfer case, what it does is it takes the power from the transmission and then runs it down to the drive line. There's gears in here. So this is your drive line right here. On the back side, you see this is where your transmission hooks up, and this is where it hooks into the drive line. So next step is it takes 8 bolts and it's gonna go right there in the belly. Transfer case is in. That thing's heavy as hell. Awkward position, but that's in. So we left the bolts loose for now until we get the jack shaft and everything lined up. So when we get the drive shafts and everything, that's when we'll align everything, because the holes aren't perfect. What we have now, so this is your steering pump. We run a belt pump for the front steering, and this is the reservoir to hold the steering fluid. So that's going to go up, and that gets mounted right up there. So
Get her done.
Okay, so down to the last project of the day. This is the transmission cooler, and it gets mounted right up basically where my feet go. So up under here, and what this does is circulates the transmission fluid and keeps it cool. Really saves the life of the transmission. So I'm gonna get this mounted up, and that'll be pretty much it for the night. We are still waiting on bearings and certain things to come in the mail, so it's a little bit of a waiting process with some stuff, but let me get this in and look around, see what else I can find to put in. Okay, so the trans cooler is mounted in. Transfer case, like I said, still loose, waiting for the jack shaft to go in. The jack shaft runs through this tube right here, and it goes back to the rear drive shaft. We have the shaft, we're just waiting on the bearing to come in. And right here is where the jack shaft comes out, and this bearing bolts right here. So we're waiting for that bearing to come in, and then we can put all that in, and then your drive shaft goes so on. It's a bit of a custom cradle. It's not like any other that you've seen on any other monster truck. This was actually built by One Up Off-Road, an off-road company. They do really beautiful lifts for beautiful lifted trucks and things like that. So they do high-end work, and this cradle has done its job well for the last 5 years, and I really can't complain about it. One Up Off-Road also did these shock towers. These shock towers aren't on any other truck. These are custom, complete One Up Off-Road shock towers. Super tough. This is out of T1 steel, so it's got a little bit of memory in it, and it's just tough steel. The chassis itself is actually a CRD chassis. It is built in Anaheim, California. So a couple fun facts for you about the truck. It's a little different truck than the most trucks out there. It's got a little different things with the 4 links, but can't tell you that. So that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It's just purely wrenching right now, putting this thing back together. So next few weeks, it should be pretty much assembled. Still waiting on some stuff in the mail, but it's always hectic this time of year. So catch you in the next video. Please share, like, and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you then. Peace.